I can't believe it's almost the 4th of July and it's fucking tomorrow, everybody. Wow, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Luca Crusifino on YouTube for your NXT July 1st, 2025 review. Today being Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. I had to upload this yesterday because, like I said, I meant to upload this yesterday. But since I'm a dumbass and I got tired all of a sudden last night, I said, what the hell, dude? I said, you said, knock on wood, double upload day today. Knock on wood. Right now, it's 5:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Syracuse, New York. I probably doubt I'll do a double upload day. More than likely, I might do a 4th of July upload. Maybe I'll delay it until, Saturday. Do, a double upload day for Saturday. Your SmackDown, obviously, your Dynamite reviews, to say the least. Maybe I won't get it on today, but we'll wait and find out, to say the least. Depends on what my 4th of July looks like tomorrow, to say the least. What's going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I'm your host, always, Lucas. I'm Lucas Ian on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Lucas E. Allen. Facebook is still technically No Limits to Lucas. If you're watching on today's YouTube video, hit the like button on today's video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And also turn on the bell for post notifications. Leave a comment on this very video what you think of NXT from July 1st of 2025. Let's get right into a review, shall we? Not a bad show per se for NXT. 2 weeks in a row, NXT was actually semi-decent to a point. Was it great? Absolutely, it was not great. I got Dynamite. Was like AEW Dynamite from last night. It was freaking very great. Very fun, if you ask me. This is always an NXT review, to say the least, like I said. We're going to discuss Hendry, the former TNA World Champion. Defeats Wes Lee to start the show in a very solid match, to say the least. Also discussing the best thing on the show, Luca Crusifino. Yes, Luca Crusifino was the best thing on NXT for this week. He has a promo and calls out Tony D'Angelo to the ring, and Stacks came out. Eventually, Luca ended up laying out both men, to say the least. This was freaking great, bro. Maybe not great per se, but this is very good. I actually like the story you're telling with Luca Crusifino and Tony D'Angelo, even Stacks involved too. Like the story. Maybe get a triple threat match out of this, to say. Maybe for the Heritage Cup title, both the guys, not for the Heritage Cup title, please. Can you even have a Heritage Cup title with triple threat match? I don't even fucking know, so I highly doubt that. We'll discuss that. Sorry, my chair there. I'm sorry about that. Very squeaky ass chair, to say the least, people. Also discussing Myles Borne defeats Lexis King in a very solid match, to say the least. Also Lainey Reid, the worst thing on the show. This is easily your bathroom break. Lainey Reid defeats Thea. Like I said, fucking boring, to say the least. This is the most random match I've seen NXT all week, to say the least, with this. We're going to discuss that briefly. Also, Izzi, Dame, and Tatum Paxley defeats Ruca and Zaria, I believe, to qualify for the WWE Women's Tag Team title match at Evolution with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez and the 5 titles against a Raw team, a SmackDown team, and a NXT team. I believe the NXT team is the Izzi, Dame, and Tatum Paxley, who ultimately probably took the pinfall in this match. We'll discuss that. Also, Yoshiki Inamura defeats Jaspey Troy, and believe it or not, a fun match, actually. And will face Oba Femi for the NXT Championship at Great American Bash. Like I said, very solid match with these two men. These two men kicked ass. Was it a great match on paper? Absolutely not. But was it good? I would say so. It was good for sure. But I'll discuss that. Also, then Jacy Jayne, the reigning defending NXT Women's Champion, and Jordynne Grace had a face-to-face promo to end the show ahead of their NXT Women's Championship match at Evolution, and the rest of the fatal influence with Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix attacked Grace until Blake Monroe, I'm sorry, the more IMA, Blake Monroe made the save for Grace to end the show. But I gotta be honest, this is actually pretty good, if I felt. This is probably the best I've seen Blake Monroe look. And NXT was for entrance. I like the fact that her and Jordynne Grace team is a little bit of a duo to go against Fatal Influence. Made Blake Monroe helps Jordynne Grace, immediately turns on Jordynne Grace when you find out outcome at Evolution, to say the least. Discussing on today's podcast, gradually maybe Zara's going to this week's NXT review for July 1st, 2025. I know Lucas Ian on YouTube. Starting with, you guessed it, Joe Hendry, the former TNA World Champion. He defeats Wes Lee to start the show. This gets a B-. It was a solid match, what it was. Was it great per se? Definitely not. But not a bad match to start the show. Joe Hendry is great. We all know how great Joe Hendry is. Wes Lee is even great as well. Ever since he turned heel last year, he's just not been the same, I feel. His wrestling just can continue going down and down and down. I don't know about that. I don't like that, to say the least. Hope he's good and everything. Wish him nothing but the best, obviously. If he does something going, you're a fucking bike blazing down my street. What else is motherfucking new? Seriously, I kid you not. I didn't hear any bikes today. I was out for most of the day. Ever since I came out, I didn't hear any freaking bikes. Now, obviously, since I start recording the podcast, then all of a sudden they freaking come out. What else is fucking new? We're going back to this, shall we? Back to the regular stand program, nothing about fucking bikes, to say the least. Joe Hendry defeats Wes Lee to start the show in a very solid match. To say, if I give it a B-. It was not a bad match whatsoever. Just wish I could see Wes Lee get more wins under his belt, but it is what it is, to say the least. Joe Hendry is never going to lose here. He indeed beats Wes Lee to start the show. B- is your grade. It's the best thing I felt on the show. Luca Crusifino. No, not Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, the former Dallas Mavericks star, now Los Angeles Lakers. Luca Crusifino, so it's not spelled Luka, like Luka Doncic is. This is Luca Crusifino, Luca. Kind of like my four first initials of my first four letters of my name, first name. Just minus the S, to say the least. See what I did there? No, sorry. Luca Crusifino has a promo and calls out Tony D'Angelo, and Stacks came out. Stacks Lorenzo maybe. And came out eventually. Luca ended up laying out both men, to say the least. Later, I actually kind of liked this. I like the intensity Luca Crusifino brought out in this. This was actually a pretty fun segment. Give it a B+. Best grade in the whole fucking show. That's the same much how NXT could be Borne, but this is, yes, it probably would be that. But I'll be honest, I actually quite enjoy this segment. I quite enjoy this segment between both three men of Tony D'Angelo, Chance Stacks Lorenzo, and also Luca Crusifino. Elevated Luca Crusifino big time here. I can definitely probably see a triple threat match made for a championship implications, though. And it better not be for a Harris Cup title, please not. Like I said, I don't know that's freaking even legal, to say at least the rules involved with that bullshit, but it is what it is. Maybe a shot for a North American Championship. That could be pretty solid after that. So we ain't find out that in the say the least. But this Luca Crusifino promo and him taking out Tony D'Angelo and Stacks is an all grade B+. Best thing on the show, to say the least. Moving on to Myles Borne. He defeats Lexis King. You might think I was shit on this match. Believe it or not, I'm not going to shit on this. Myles Borne, to me, continues to get better and better week by week, day by day, month by month, and year by year. And ever since his match he had at, what was it? It was not Vengeance. It was it was NXT Battleground against Oba Femi for a World Championship. That was freaking great. That was a great match. In hindsight, you think that's going to show that should not be a main event. But going out, it should absolutely fucking main event over Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. I didn't enjoy that match whatsoever, in all honesty. Hope those two get a better match with him, but also Mike Santana at Teenage Slammiversary. Hope they can have a better match for sure then. But Myles Borne, Lexis King himself, a very solid match. I give it a B. Not a bad match whatsoever. I like to see what we're doing Myles Borne going forward and everything. He seems like a little bit directionless going out, not after any championship or any directionless going after anybody. Ever since losing that NXT Championship shot against Oba Femi at Battleground. But this match was pretty solid, man. Gotta be honest. It's gonna all grade of a B. You might think that Lucas, you're being so nice to NXT this week. Well, that's gonna go right back to shit's ground, to say the least. Lainey Reid, the worst thing on the frickin' show. She defeats Thea Hale. This, my friends, gets an overall grade of a C-. What the fuck was the point of this, Shawn Michaels? And why should I care? Why should I fucking care of Lainey Reid and Thea Hale? I'll be honest, I like Thea Hale quite a bit. I'm not familiar with Lainey Reid whatsoever. And she got the win this fucking match. So why should I care? Why should I fucking care here, Shawn Michaels? See, minds, you're fucking green. You'd be grateful it's not fucking lower, to say the least. Trust me, I love what he's doing with the women's division, booking more and more matches and feud around the women. But my god, man, these types of matches, I just can't care whatsoever. Even if it was men or women's matches. These are type matches I just don't give a flying shit about. I'm sorry. C- is your freaking grade. Moving on to Izzi Dame and Tatum Paxley defeats Ruca, the reigning defending NXT Women's North American Champion, and Zaria. Very fun match here. This where it gets back to the positivity stuff, the last three things I discussed on this show. Believe it or not, Izzi Dame held her own in this match. I think she actually was pretty good in this match. You know how great Tatum Paxley, Ruca, and Zaria are. Three great professional wrestlers for the women's division. I would like to see Ruca on Evolution, though, especially with your NXT Women's North American Champion. It is what it is, to say the least. I don't mind Zaria and Ruca not winning this match. Only because I feel like Ruca should be on Evolution's card. At least the Great American Bash, to say the least. They should wait. I don't know if it's. I think it's what? Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley against Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace. I believe that's announced for Great American Bash. At least some levels like that, to say the least. But this match between Izzi Dame and Tatum Paxley defeating Ruca and Zaria gets an all grade of B. Very fun match, I would say, for sure. Moving on, Yoshiki Inamura. This match kind of impressed me, boys and girls. I gotta be quite honest with you, I was not expecting to be impressed by this whatsoever. Yoshiki Inamura defeats Jaspey Troy and will face Oba Femi for the NXT Championship at the Great American Bash, the PLE. This was freaking very good, man. I gotta be quite honest. Gotta give her credit. Credit's due to Yoshiki Inamura and Jaspey Troy. By the way, I just realized this. My notes in my freaking section of this notes had Jaspey Troy for Jaspey Troy. Please, people, I did not do that. That was autocorrect, believe it or not. Fucking autocorrect on a Google Doc, man. What else is fucking new, to say the least? It is what it is, man. Jaspey Troy, man. That's what I freaking autocorrect my damn Google Docs. I pronounced it right, though. Yoshiki Inamura defeats Jaspey Troy and will face Oba Femi for the NXT Championship at the Great American Bash. Believe it or not, that's the right decision. If you're debating on what two men should be challenging Oba Femi for that championship, it's undoubtedly Yoshiki Inamura because Jaspey Troy already got his shot a couple weeks ago on NXT. Believe it or not, this is a fun match. I gotta be quite nice. I was kind of impressed by this going out, to say the least. Not impressed with going in. This is this whole men's division, to say at least, in NXT. But it is what it is. This Yoshiki Inamura and Jaspey Troy match for the number contendership for the NXT Championship. It's an all grade of a B. A very fun match, I will say, for sure. Let me get to your main event segment. Already on your main event segment about what? This will be like about 14, 15 minutes on this podcast. Yeah, it's more like a full-fledged... Yeah, I'm definitely on YouTube more, to say the least, people. Moving on to your main event segment. Jacy Jayne. I must say Jasmine Jane. Oh my fucking god. Jacy Jayne, the reigning defending NXT Women's Champion, and Jordynne Grace had a face-to-face promo to end the show ahead of their NXT Women's Championship match. At Evolution, the rest of Fatal Influence attacked Grace until Blake Monroe made a save for Jordynne Grace to end the show. Believe it or not, I kind of like this. I like definitely the duo of Mariah May / Blake Monroe. I'm so tired of the fucking Blake Monroe name. Man, I'm still trying to get used to it. What do you want me to say? It's gonna take me a long ass time to get over that freaking name. It's not because I'm gonna miss Mariah May the name. That's not the problem. It's the problem. Kenny came up with a better fucking name than Blake Monroe. I don't even mind the Monroe name. Kind of fixed her character, Mariah May, with the glamour and everything. But Blake. Why? I'm still trying to get used to it, but still, man, it's going to take me a long-ass time to get used to it. But yeah, I'll be honest, this was pretty fun, man. I like this segment with the end of the show, segment with Jacy Jayne Jordynne Grace, the face-to-face promo they had. It might be an underrated match for Evolution. People might say it's looking forward to Io and Rhea. Not me. I'm definitely not looking forward to that. I mean, it's going to be a fun match, don't get me wrong, between those two women. I might look forward to Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus. Spoiler, you saw that shit on SmackDown. I was not liking that whatsoever. To me, this might be a better of the world title matches. It might be a hot take. Lucas, you like this over Rhea and Io? Yes, I do, actually. Then Rhea and Io might be main event. Jacy Jayne, I feel, is an underrated women's wrestler. I really do. Is she great? I mean, she has a lot of charisma to her, man. I think she's heavily underrated in the ring, too. Like, come on, let's get some respect for Jacy fucking Jayne here, IWC, idiot wrestling community. But, my man, Jacy Jayne is a very underrated professional wrestler. That's why I was not as shocked. I mean, I was shocked when she beat Stephanie Vaquer for that women's championship. But not as shocked as most people. Because Jacy Jayne, I feel like I was always a fan of her. And the way she continues to get better and better week by week, it's impressive, to say the least. Jacy Jayne and Jordynne Grace's segment with Blake Monroe coming out afterwards, so no grade would be. That's your overall show for WWE NXT July 1st, 2025. Gets an all rate of a B-. And that is your NXT July 1st, 2025 review on Lucas E. Allen on YouTube. Thank y'all for watching. Lucas E. Allen on YouTube for your WWE NXT July 1st, 2025 review. Today being Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. And later, this review on rapid fire speed. Rapid fire speed, to say the least. And hopefully, knock on wood, don't have any fucking difficulties uploading this damn video. I hope you have your AEW Dynamite July 2nd, 2025 review. I feel like that show is freaking very fun, to say the least, with Dynamite from last night. Oh, we can't say you're supposed to hate AEW. That's according to the idiot wrestling community. I'm a fair content creator and a fair critiquer of professional wrestling. You don't like it? Tough shit, to say the least. Anyways, enough of me ranting for once, shall we? Thank y'all for watching NXT July 1st, 2020 review on Lucas E on YouTube. Should be in July 3rd, 2025, your Thursday afternoon, evening maybe as always. I'm out, everybody. Peace, love, I'm out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.